Close your eyes for a moment and journey back to your fondest childhood memory. Maybe you're playing a sport with your parents. Do you feel the warmth of those cherished moments? Do you remember it vividly? Hi, I'm Krishnaie Kale, an international student at Confederation College. And today I invite you to embark on an exhilarating journey of human memory exploration. Join me to unlock the secrets hidden within our minds. In today's presentation, we are going to dive deep into the fascinating world of memory. Memory isn't just about remembering, it's about how we encode, store, and retrieve the information that we have stored. Consider that your brain is like a library and your memories are like plenty of books on the bookshelves. Let's explore how this process works. Memory is the intricate cognitive process of encoding, storing, and retrieving information vital for our daily lives. Let's break this down each step to better understand it clearly. First comes the encoding. This is the initial step which involves transferring the sensory input into a form that can be accessed easily. It's like converting raw data into readable formats. For example, when you see a beautiful sunset, your brain encodes colors, shapes, and even emotions that are associated with the experience. Next comes the storage. Once the information is encoded, it is stored in the various parts of our brain for future retrieval. Think of the storage capacity of encoded data into designated folders of your brain, cabinet. Retrieval. This final stage involves retrieving the stored encoded data whenever we need it to use it in our daily lives. In this part, we are going to discuss types of memory: sensory memory, short-term memory, long-term memory, and its types. Let's discuss what is sensory memory. Sensory memory acts as a temporary holding place for our sensory inputs, preserving fleeting moments of our perceptions. For instance, when you glance at dazzling firework display, your visual sensory memory captures the vibrant colors, the patterns briefly. The models of memory propose the distinct substores of various sensory inputs, including visual, auditory, haptic, as in touch, or olfactory, as we know, the smell stimuli. Short-term memory, or STM, serves as a temporary workspace for our active information. It enables us to retain and manipulate data for a brief period of time, facilitating tasks such as understanding conversations, solving puzzles, or navigating through a new environment. However, STM has really limited capacity and the information stored within it can be easily forgotten as our attention shifts to a new stimuli. Long-term memory has an expansive capacity for storing information over extended periods. It encompasses the data transfer from short-term memory to long-term memory storage, shaping our lasting memories. LTM comprises of three main types. First is the procedural memory. This type storage in knowledge or information related to the tasks or skills like maybe riding a bike or tying your shoelace. The second comes the semantic memory. The semantic memory is a house of general knowledge and factual information like who's the Prime Minister of Canada. Episodic memory. Episodic memory records all the personal experiences and events with specific context, preserving the details of significant life moments, like how was your sister's wedding? Our memory is not as reliable as we would like to think. It can be influenced by various factors that determine its reliability. Like first, memory distortion. Memory distortion occurs whenever recollection of past events is altered or manipulated over the time. Do you know the game where we pass one information from one person to one person until it reaches to the last person? And when we realize what the real message is which the last person got to know, we understand that that message is completely different what the first person just said. This is what we call memory distortion. Second is false memories. False memories is the another intriguing phenomena where the individuals recall events that never really happened. These memories can be as detailed and vivid, leading the individual to firmly believe in their authenticity. The third factor that affects our reliability is eyewitness testimony. Eyewitness testimony, although often relied upon legal proceedings, can be susceptible to inaccuracies and biases. Factors such as stress, leading questions, and passage of time can impact the accuracy of eyewitness testimony. Despite of unoccasional reliability, our memory has an impressive capacity to store a lot of information. Let's explore the capacity and what factors determine the capacity. Human brain is the marvel of storage and capable for holding vast amount of knowledge. It is estimated that our capacity of brain is hundreds and hundreds of petabytes to terabytes. This allows us to retrieve any kind of information what we want in the future. Now that we know what is the capacity of our brain, let's discuss what are the factors that influence this capacity. Like genetics, age, overall brain health can influence individuals' memory capacity. While some people may possess extraordinary, naturally large brain capacity, while others may experience limitations due to these factors like age and genetics. Now that we have discussed everything like definition, types of memory, reliability and capacity, it's the time to explore something more fascinating. The brain, its parts and how it influences our memory. So come with me where I introduce you to the human brain. This is our human brain, and some of the parts of the brain which influence our memory are shown here, like the hippocampus. Then comes the amygdala and last the neocortex. In the further video, we are going to discuss more about our brain and its parts and their functions. I hope the brain diagram which we just saw, you have it in your memory, because we are now going to describe the parts. First, the hippocampus. Think of hippocampus as the conductor of your brain's orchestra. This small seahorse-shaped structure located deep within the brain integrates incoming sensory information and organizes it into structures vital for our long-term memory organization. Do you remember the small red little part which was in the diagram? Well, that's amygdala, our brain's emotional powerhouse. This almond-shaped structure plays a pivotal role in processing and storing emotionally charged experiences such as fear, excitement or pleasure. The neocortex, often referred as to the brain's thinking cap. It serves as a curator of our knowledge and the respiratory for the long-term memory capacity. This expansive region is divided into many other parts which are responsible for individual tasks like encoding, storing. Now that we have known all the fundamentals of our brain and memory, we are going to discuss few techniques or methods that can improve our memory. One of the method is effective study learning technique. Imagine you are preparing for an upcoming exam. Instead of cramming all the material in one study session, spaced repetition involves spreading out your study sessions over time, allowing for better retention and recall. Few healthy lifestyle techniques can also affect our brain memory a lot. Like maybe a good night's sleep has a lot to do with our memory consolidation. During sleep, the brain processes and consolidates the newly acquired information, making it easier to remember the next day. Similarly, regular exercises promotes blood flow to our brain, supporting the cognitive function and memory retention. Throughout this interactive session, you have been an amazing audience, and I just thank you all. We have reached to our final part and we are going to conclude this video. Our primary goal has been to provide a comprehensive understanding of memory, shedding lights on its intricacies and significance, shaping our experiences and personalities. We all know the goodness about mindfulness and meditation. During the mindfulness meditation, practitioners focus their attention on present moment, cultivating the heightened awareness of their thoughts, emotions and bodily sensations. Over the time, this practice can enhance concentration and memory retention. Let us briefly recall all of the things we have discussed up till now. Like first, we started by exploring the definition of memory and knowing about its type like sensory, short-term and long-term memory. Then we moved forward to the reliability and capacity of our brain, and we also discussed the factors that influence such things. Then we knew about the brain, its parts and what are the functions like of hippocampus and amygdala. Lastly, we discussed about the practical techniques which can help us enhance our memory a lot. To wrap up this presentation and video, it's essential to recognize that our memory is not just the collection of facts and experiences. It is the essence of who we are, what we are, and how these memories shape our future. So, thank you all a lot for joining me at this exciting journey of memory. Thank you.